Well, hello there, YouTube, and welcome to a 30-degree Thursday, the 7th of November. That's just fog up there. It's supposed to be nice today. I don't know what the temperature's supposed to get up to, but I think it's almost 40 degrees now. Warmed up. Still got a lot of leaves, what's left of them. They're just barely hanging on, you know. Become fertilizer for the worms down here now. That's all right. Everything has its cycle. Look how you can see the fog in the trees out there. I love that. I like when you go down the road and you see the hills. Kelly and I go, you know, if you weren't around here and you're just driving through here, you'd never know those mountains right there because the fog layer just kind of looks like it's flat out there. Anyway, let's bust out a Thursday. Let's roll. 50 degrees and beautiful sunshine out here today. Wow.
Pretty.
It is gorgeous. 50 degrees. Nice and comfortable. Like it was 58 when I was riding that GSA yesterday, and it's amazing. We've come to a point that 58 degrees felt nice and warm.
Isn't that crazy?
Felt great. But anyway, Mama, we made it to Thursday.
We did.
Yeah. It's that magical time where you just got 2 days left.
I know, I love the end.
Yep. And then the weekend goes too dang fast.
I know, it goes,
yep. Gone.
Be gone.
Well, anyway, let's go in there and bust her out.
All right.
All right. Have yourself a wonderful Thursday, Mama.
You too, Papa.
All right. Love you. See you. Bye.
I love you.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
I knocked this out of the crate yesterday. I like even the M series in the headlight there. Man, you just can't stop staring at one of these things. I would never ride this thing. I'd put it in the house like a trophy and stare at it all the time. But so the oil level sensor, and it's also a temperature gauge, oil temperature gauge, showed up. Now that I see the part, I'm like, dude, I remember these things. I think I've even replaced them before. But that's the oil level sensor. It is a bobber style setup. And then must be a temperature sensor inside there as well. So I'd be curious to, I think it's an electrical deal. I was thinking, that the oil got in there and there's a sensor in the pipe somewhere, and, maybe the metal got in there and destroyed that. It may have just, obviously it just simply failed. So we'll get that in. These things don't take long to do the PDI on. So I'll get this thing dolled up and ready to go, and I'll pop that sensor in. By then, it'll be warm enough to go for, I think it's supposed to be close to 60 today. What does my watch say here? Oh, yeah, 60. That's only 2 degrees higher than yesterday, but that feels really good. Feels fantastic. I wore a Climb base layer, and I think I'm going to have to shag this thing here pretty quick because these things keep you warm, really warm. They're a base layer. You put it on first layer, and then I got a t-shirt and then my shop shirt on over that, and I feel like I'm wearing a winter coat. So anyway, the M1000R and this original, isn't it? Yeah, 2013, the original water boxer. So I'm gonna get that. And the other thing that makes you wonder, when we checked availability for that, all of it's like crazy expensive. It's almost $300 for that thing. It's typical for BMW, just shocking. Remember I did that crash repair, or actually a theft recovery repair on that S1000RR, and they had broke that clamp because they had taken the lever off to try to hack the ignition switch out of it, and then put one bolt in, and I don't know what happened. I think that's when they pushed it off a cliff, and that's where most of the damage came from. That piece right there was $65 for that little clamp. Baffles the mind, and you wonder why these things are so expensive. Definitely a work of art, though. A beautiful motorcycle. Literally, it'd be a special time when I take that thing out. I'd be afraid to hurt it. Can you imagine wadding this thing up with all that carbon fiber on? I'd hate to think what the insurance is on it. If the insurance company realizes just how expensive it is to repair one of these things if they go down. Anyway, let's get this done, get oil level sensor in the GS, and see what happens from there. The M1000R is complete. It's been complete. I didn't ride it. I let James upstairs ride it. He's acting like he's pretty interested in one of these. I said, well, it's got to go do a quick little test ride. Do you want to take her for the rip? He did. He's lots of sport bikes. He's by far a sport bike guy. He had a T7 Yamaha for a while, but he's back to sport bikes again. He loves this thing. It's kind of funny watching his reaction. But yeah, let's go over here to the GS. So, got the old one out. There's nothing mechanically wrong. It just must be the sensor just simply not picking it up. Boy, what a trick to get that thing out of there, because the wiring harness routes back behind the motor all the way up. That little trickle of light you see over there, that's about where it comes out. Let me throw some light at this thing so you get an idea of all the stuff. And there's where the oil level sensor and oil temperature sensor goes. And because of the wiring, they recommend you take the starter out. So I pulled the starter, and yeah, it was a good thing because I had to reach in there and cut a zip tie. It's back in there. That's gonna be real fun to get it back in. The zip tie, that is. We'll get her done. But yeah, she just kind of rolls in, just sits in that hole. She plops down into a cavity at the back side of the engine. There's a transmission from here back, but I don't know if I can get the thing in there so you can see, but there's a hole that goes down into the cavity of the motor. And I was peeking around in there to see if I see any of those shavings floating around, and I can't really tell if it's in there or not. So we got rid of that garbage oil filter on there, and I got a new, it's sitting over there on my bench, putting a BMW in. Of course, it's going to get BMW oil. And I hear the honking horn of a truck, so I'm going to go let this guy in. But yeah, I don't know, going back together with the new one, and hopefully this thing lasts. Who knows? may go forever. One just never knows. You never know about these BMWs. Pretty wild. Well, I ain't got a whole lot done since I talked to you last. Got pulled away on other stuff, and then for I think over an hour, he's still a customer. Rode his R1200R here. We hung out and talking about bikes and all kinds of stuff, kids and family, and well, one thing led to another. Now I've got 20 minutes left of the day, and the only thing I've really accomplished is getting the new sensor installed, and it's routed out to the other side. It's not guided or clipped in or anything. It's all got to get installed. And yeah, so I drained. That's crazy. That thing sat there for a while, and there was still that much oil in it. It's just been sitting with no oil in it. I got the BMW filter ready to go in. Keep that closed and keep the dust out of it. And yeah. Funny how time can just escape you. You just get pulled off doing other things, and then run into customers and whatever and whatnots. Just kind of take up your day. It's nice and quiet and peaceful. Man, it's the temperature out there. It's feeling cold out there. Let's see what my phone says. 55. I must be getting getting wimpy in my old days. I was thinking it was probably 40 something out there. But I took my climb thing off because I was just boiling in this thing. And I took it off and had all the doors open because it felt great. And we sat here and talked so long. I was like, he's got some climb gear. He's all bundled up in that, and off he went. I think he's got a little fairing on the front of that thing. He hit a pothole. It's got mag wheels on that 1200R, and had a ding in it. I think it was holding pressure, but he was concerned. So yeah, man, you get humming down the freeway, it'll just sneak up on you. It'll leak at that dent. You know, the bead will separate where that dent is. And so anyway, he filed it on his insurance and got a new wheel. But anyway, they swapped the wheel upstairs and balanced it for him, but they didn't do a good enough job cleaning the rim, and the weights fell off. Literally sitting in his garage, they fell off. He goes, it's the craziest thing. They weren't sticking to my rim, but they hit the ground. And he goes, I literally had to use a scraper to get the weights off my concrete floor. He goes, it stuck to that. I said, well, these things come, out of the box with a preservative. You got to be careful to thoroughly clean them, and not just assume you got it clean. It needs to be clean. There was a batch of Indians. I forget which model it was, but a whole batch of them come in and walk around the showroom up there. And, well, actually, I was going to get some. I don't know if I might have still been drinking coffee back then, and I look down and I go, why is there wheel weights sitting on the ground right there? And I look and I start looking, and there's several of them. The wheel weights fell off. Kind of the same thing. The factory just got busy and they balanced the wheels, just didn't clean the rim good enough when they put the weights on, and it just fell off sitting on the showroom floor. It's crazy, but those things will happen. What's fun about when that happens is you got to rebalance the wheel. But this guy, in all his wisdom, he goes, you could see the clear marks, so he took a Sharpie and marked his rim where the wheel weights were, tongue-tied, and brought the old weights back, so he knew exactly how much weight and where to put them. Probably use a little contact cleaner. You can wipe a Sharpie right off, but so they didn't have to take the wheel off. Just cleaned it up real good and put the weights back on. Crazy. Things will happen. The motorcycle factory. Those, those. You guys know that the couple traded those in for a couple of 24s and brand new ones, and they must already have that thing on the site. Had people, God, I can't remember his name, but he was. I remember him. I just can't remember his name. Him and his wife said hey to him. They were checking him out. It's showing they're both gray. I said, well, there's two 2017s, but one's gray, one's champagne. The listing on the site. I think they just grabbed stock photos on there. They didn't take. I used to do that for the store. I was coming to the store back in 2003, and they don't reuse a picture. We want an actual picture of the actual VIN number. And I used to post all the used bikes and new bikes even on their website. I did that for a long time, and paid me good for that. So we'd work all day at the Longview store, and then drive up here because they were open way later than we were, and take some photos. And we come up on the weekends and do it and stuff like that. And they're always trading in, and as they would sell, I'd have a report, and I'd take them off when they'd sell, and new ones that come in as they'd build them here. That was fun. Good times back in the old day. Anyway, time's a clicking. Yep, I've got about 14 minutes left. ECS pump, I'm assuming, is ordered on this thing. You got to keep track of the seat because that S1000 comes with a passenger seat. It comes with this is actually a little like on the factory race bikes, this becomes like a GPS thing, dongle that goes inside there. I think it's GPS, and I think it does some other IMU type stuff. Holy moly, that thing's good looking. God almighty. James rode that thing. He's just like a kid in a candy store. He likes himself. He's big into, FC1s and he's big into the naked bike, although he's riding a ZX636 now, a regular sport bike, but he favors the naked sport bikes. So he was down here yesterday. I said, well, it's got to be test ridden. He said, can't put any miles on it. I said, when I'm done with it in the morning, so you want me to run it up to you? And yeah. And he builds bikes too. In fact, I think he's built a few BMWs. They get air open for him. He's really good at following instructions. I said, open that air and go page by page and do everything it says. Follow the torque specs, everything. He does it. He's really good. He's really smart. He started as a service rider at the Longview store, and I think he was a service manager there when they finally closed it in 2015 and moved everything here. Then he came here as a service rider and went to be an tech. I'd seen him work on his own bikes and stuff there at work. I just literally had no idea he had that much motorcycle tech experience. And it's just being around the motorcycles for all them years and tinkering with his own stuff. And yeah, he's just one of those guys that, I need to know the specs and I need to know how to do it right. I'm just not going to go in there and just start taking stuff apart. Man, you do that on these things, on those things. Well, I've shown you what happens when that happens. Not a good thing. These days, you have to follow the rules. Do it right, or it's going to bite you. It's bad news. But anyway, I guess I can go ahead and lock up down here because at the moment, I'm the only one here. That used to be a little freaky thing, but, we got that gate and all kinds of stuff around here during the whole pandemic. So we got, there's literally, it's like Fort Knox around here. Kind of funny, but that's what we had to do back then. But all that stuff is still active in here, so it's nice when you're down here by yourself. They come across that fence and you go hear them. And they'll see them too. We're part of a big corporation. We have our own security team and everything. They're probably watching me walking around with a camera in my hand, wondering what the heck is that smoke doing now. But anyway, I'm gonna bounce it out, get locked up, get with Mama, and take that long drive home. At least, not that the sun's out, because the sun's already set. Well, no, it hasn't. But anyway, it'll be a beautiful sunset. Maybe I'll take some shameless road noise shots out the windows on the way home. We'll see how it goes. Look at this light out here. Is that beautiful or what? Beautiful. That's the 3 F3s that got traded in. I don't know what they're waiting on. Why they're down here. They didn't have a place to put them yet or something. Oh, you see the geese flying by? Oh, that probably didn't come out. That was great. We definitely made it to the point where it's just cold, black, and dark on our way home. It's very peaceful out here. Temperature's 52. It's comfortable. We didn't have to get one of them pumps way over there tonight. We got the one right next to the store. But anyway, feeding the old beast. Well, hello there, YouTube. Dark again tonight. When's it supposed to get bright again? 4 months from now.
It's gonna be a minute.
Yeah, it's gonna take a little while. This will be it. Darkness. But other than, it's kind of a quiet day. It's steady. Had plenty to do. But were you still doing inventory? Or did you actually, not inventory, but that fixing?
Yeah, no, I'm still working on it.
You ought to see these stacks of stuff. And it's just, it looks like there's 500 part numbers on each one. Trying to figure out where they're at, what happened to them.
Who done what?
Yeah.
Where and how.
Crazy. But anyway, tomorrow's Friday.
Yay.
That's a good thing.
Yes, it is.
Dadgum rain, I think, is supposed to come back tomorrow, though.
No.
Oh, well.
Inside projects.
Yep. Inside projects. But I reckon on that, we will bail out on you.
Alrighty, well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give your thumbs up, and you guys have an amazing Friday or Saturday.
Heck yeah. All right. We see you bright and early in the morning.
See you in the morning.
All right. Thanks for watching now. Bye-bye.